From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Ants Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Well, don't forget about the free Weather NorCal app. You can download for free on your iPhone, your Android. Just search for Weather NorCal, search for that logo, and you can download the app for free. Explore it, check it out. Scroll at the very bottom. You'll see there's all kinds of great things outside of just weather. Yes, weather is the primary focus, and that's what we really want you to use it for. However, it can also be used to check out all the special programming. Check out the Animal Family segment. That's where you can watch Turtle Bay Wonderful World of Animals. That's where you can watch Pet of the Week. You can also watch the NorCal Ag Report, all from your phone. All right, take a look at the weather headlines. North winds, they've been picking up, and they're going to continue to be an issue over the next few days. In fact, we've got the fire danger increasing for the valley over the next few days, unfortunately. And by Friday, when the winds start to die down, the valley actually may be flirting with that triple-digit mark again. But still, overall, no major heat waves in store for us. Take a look at your neighborhood forecast for tomorrow at a quick glance. About the same as today, that is. 90 degrees for the valley, right? That's what we're looking at here for tomorrow. And really in the mountains, mainly in the 70s, maybe some 80s, like Trinity County, for example, and the coast. Looks like it may warm up there a little bit as well, with temperatures right around 60 degrees. But the winds, all right, tomorrow morning, still gusty in the valley, still gusty along the coast, but the winds, not so bad out in the eastern mountains. Tomorrow afternoon, look at the entire valley. Gusts 20 to even 30 miles per hour. Very strong winds along the coast as well, but once again, not as bad in the eastern mountains. Let's take you into Thursday, that is. Thursday morning, look at these gusts, over 30 miles per hour in the valley. Still pretty gusty along the coast, but once again, the eastern mountains, not that bad. Thursday afternoon, yes, the winds are showing signs of subsiding, but still very strong. Going into your Thursday afternoon for the valley, the coast, even places like Modoc County, central Siskiyou County, seeing some of those gusty winds as well. So this is going to be a factor, and it's going to play a factor in our fire weather risk. Let's take you into Wednesday. And what you'll notice here, that this today was mainly to the north, right? But now all of the valley is within that moderate to high category. All right, now we take you into Thursday, where it's probably going to be even drier. The wind's still a factor, and now many of us are seeing orange on the map, indicating at least within that high category. So this is one of those situations where we've just got to use extra caution over the next few days to prevent any new fires, because when you see those winds gusty, the fires can spread fairly rapidly, and making it more difficult for the firefighters to get a handle on those fires. So let's be extra careful over the next few days. So the winds, as I mentioned, will stick around at least through Thursday before starting to show signs of dying down by the time we get into Friday. So that pocket of cooler air moving out, we've got a weak ridge of high pressure building in. So once the winds die down on Friday, the heat picks back up close to 100 degrees, I think, for many of us in the valley. But then that ridge starts to break down because this cooler air rides to our north, dropping our temperatures down again. And then what we're going to see set up for next week, at least through the middle of next week, is what I call a zonal flow. And it's called a zonal flow type pattern. So this right here is the storm track. It's the jet stream. It's the track in which the storms follow. All right, think of it like a river or a stream. That's the flow of that stream. You throw a stick in it, and that stick just kind of goes along the flow. Same thing with storm systems. They kind of go through the storm track. So where are most of the storms? Up to our north in the Pacific Northwest. We may see a couple of clouds. Typically to the south of the jet stream, warmer air. To the north of it, cooler. Where are we? Of course, on that southern side. But the key to the forecast is the fact that, yes, it's going to be warmer than normal. However, we don't have any big amplified ridges of high pressure. That's where you start to see the major heat. We don't have an amplified trough of low pressure, which is where you see the cooler temperatures. We're not seeing that. We've got a very flat jet stream and the storm track, and that's going to keep our temperatures at bay. Yes, it will be warm, but it won't be excessive heat. So there you can see Futurecast. Now we're not expecting to see any showers or even thunderstorms for the mountains, and even some of the fog that we do see along the coast, a lot of that should burn off for tomorrow afternoon. And taking you Thursday, I mean even Thursday morning, not much fog along the coast, plenty of sunshine even for the coast for your Thursday afternoon, and not to mention everyone else here in Northern California. All right, let's take a look at the long range, and yeah, you can see some of the clouds filtering through, but remember I was talking about that storm track to our north? That's where all the rain is going to be over the Pacific Northwest, and we remain dry. However, looks like sometime around mid next week, we may see a chance for some isolated thunderstorms for some of the Sierra, but until then, should remain dry. Your wave heights, they may increase a little bit here for your Wednesday, and then we go into your Thursday, and it looks like it'll be about the same. In fact, maybe even getting higher. We could be talking about the potential for small corrective advisories later tomorrow and into Thursday, but for now, there are no advisories, but we do have those winds coming out of the north at about 15 to 20 knots. So here's what it looks like tonight. Temperatures upper 50s to around 60 in the valley, and we're talking mainly in the 40s for the higher elevations and mid 40s along the coast. And for tomorrow, this is what it looks like in Trinity County, your neighborhood forecast. Temperatures mainly in the 80s, but southward a little bit cooler. Now the trend that you'll notice for the mountains, the valley, and inland. Temperatures for the most part increasing through Friday, that'll be the peak, and then they start to dip again before we see another increase by around Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. So for central and southern Humboldt County, temperatures mainly upper 50s along the coast, low to mid 70s for the inland areas. Places like Garberville, about 73. We take you up north, again, see that inland area increasing Friday, a dip, then going back up by Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. How about Siskiyou County? Well, you see temperatures mainly in the 70s for your highs, although some of those higher elevations mainly in the upper 60s there. Same trend, up, then down, then back up again as we go into early next week. There you can see Modoc County, 69 for Canby, 69 degrees for California Pines, and Alturas, a high of about 70 degrees. And your eastern mountains, neighborhood forecast, mainly in the 70s, but some of the warmer spots like Paradise, 82, 80 degrees in Shingletown, much cooler in Viola at about 71, and Susanville, you're going to be hovering around that 80-degree mark here for your Wednesday. Your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractor. Those highs should be right around 90 degrees. But boy, look at that, really increasing by the time we get into Thursday, Friday, and then a dip, and then another increase by next Tuesday. Let's take you up north, 84 degrees for Whiskeytown, 86 out in Lakehead, 90 for Redding. There you can see 90 degrees for Red Bluff as well. Let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for Redding, and there you have it. Temperatures back in the mid-90s by Thursday. Could we touch 100 degrees on Friday? Slight possibility, but for now, mainly in the upper 90s on Friday. Look at the temperatures dipping over the weekend, going back up by next Tuesday.